to Vegas Live with Ninon. Oh my goodness, I'm in a rare old mood. I've been ranting because I'm trying to get all our guests to share their video so we get more out there. So don't forget, anybody who's been on my show, share the show, because what's the point of coming on my Vegas Live with Ninon if you don't share it? You gotta share it. Anyway, I have Brian Gardner with me. He's a reoccurring guest, and he was on like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I know he's back real soon, but there's a reason why, because of this virus. Have you heard of the virus? Have you heard of COVID? No? Yes? 19? Like everybody, the whole world is in an uproar. Is it true? Is it not true? Is it this? Everybody's got these opinions. Everybody. Now, Brian, apparently, I don't know, has written a book about it. Or close to it, or something.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, so here we go. Brian.
First, I want to say thank you for having me on the show again.
Absolutely. And how are you?
Good.
You
And
know
I'm going to be your best student. I'm going to get this everywhere.
I just think I got to give him a long lecture.
Ooh,
You
that
gotta
hurt.
share it.
Ooh, that hurt.
You got to share it.
So this book is really about something even more destructive than COVID-19. When I wrote this book originally, it was about how to fix various things. I realized a couple of weeks ago, Plan for America and the World is now an educational book to let us know what we're up against, because we must maintain our freedoms and liberties. And that does have a part of COVID-19.
That has a tremendous effect,
Yeah,
because otherwise all this wouldn't have been in an
When you-
uproar, because the Democrats and the Republicans, everybody's in an uproar. Nobody's sort of kind of, I've never known America not to be together. Because even though we have the two parties, and then we could have had the other party that's, both, everything, whatever, or non-political. But I've never seen this so dramatic, how it is now, kind of splitting. We don't have to split America. America is very unique, and there's only one America.
But when they tell you have to wear a mask when you take a shower, they're inhibiting our rights and freedoms, okay?
Wait a second. Well, I haven't done that yet.
Or maybe, with your partner, you have to wear a mask now. It's getting a little bit of an encroachment. Now, my book details how this started. At the end of World War II, there was a project called Project Paperclip, where they brought German scientists into this country because we wanted their technology. But we didn't lock them up at night and let them out during the day to impart that technology. They infiltrated business and international banking and hooked up with individuals who had the same rotten viewpoint.
But America, we accept everybody. We accept all nationalities.
Right.
That is the freedom of America. That's what America is. So what they do or don't do, we can't expect everybody that comes into America is going to be goody-goody two-shoes and do everything that America wants. Well, what does America want?
Well, let me tell you, these people came over on the idea of giving us technology. They were beaten in World War I. They were beaten.
Now they want to beat us.
They were beaten in World War II. Said now we get to go inside the country. They have systematically destroyed the educational system. They have put more pornography on the internet. This cabal of a very few individuals decided they were going to destroy the country from within. Educational system, pornography, more drugs in society.
Are they doing that because, we'll go back to the Germans, because they lost the war, so and we were America was kind of instrumental in winning the war, and so they want to get back of us. Why would they want to get back of such a free country, and why wouldn't they want to make their country free like we were or are, or how? I don't know where we are now. I'm not sure.
I've studied the antisocial personality for 40 years.
That's a long
These individuals are psychotically insane enough that if we have freedom, they think we're going to come after them, track them down, and harass them. I know, but this is the psychosis they live under. That's why they want to clamp everything down. Okay. That's why they want to monitor you if you go from state to state. That's why.
Is this why this is all happening right now?
Right, because they are pushing for. If they had the technology, when we take our COVID-19 vaccine, they would put nanoprobes in it that they could track us wherever we go. They already track us with our phones.
Well, isn't Moderna?
Isn't that enough?
No, isn't Moderna? Moderna used to be a drug in Germany, but it was under a different name. Now, anybody out there, look up Moderna and look who's all behind it. And it was a German drug, but it was not that name. It was under a different name. I read all about it, and all of a sudden I was trying to tell somebody else about it, and it's been taken down because they take a lot of stuff down when too many people start reading about it. But I wasn't sort of instigating it for any other reason. I was just concerned because I'm in the stock market, and I was actually researching Moderna for the stock market. That's all I was doing.
Did you know that Vere was the one that made the gas that killed the Jews? Vere Company is the company that made the gas that killed the Jews. Yeah.
Oh dear, this whole thing, the plot thickens, doesn't it?
It doesn't. And
it doesn't. So let's get up to this 2020, when we're sort of leaving 2020 and everybody's saying, great, get rid of 2020, this is cool.
Sure.
Going into 2021, what's happening? Your book is relating actually to what you've been talking about for a long time.
Right.
What are your views of what's going to start January 1st, 2021?
What we need to do is educate ourselves. Now, a very interesting thing happened. The individual who ran against Obama the first time, he said Obama had cheated on the election, but our lawyers looked into it and we decided we weren't going to pursue it. Okay. He's lying.
Okay.
Do you know why he didn't pursue it?
No.
Because they don't want us to know this has been going on forever. And he wanted to use it in his next election. So they didn't want us to know. Now, President Trump is not going to use these tactics. So he is letting us know this kind of shenanigans
has
been
going on
forever.
Yeah.
They have been manipulated.
Now, how would we believe Trump and not believe Joe Biden as of the tricks not being played? And just hypothetically, when you think about it.
First of all, I'm an independent. So I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'll tell you how we believe President Trump. There are hundreds of affidavits of cheating that the FBI is refusing to look at.
So do we not trust the FBI anymore?
How can we when they refuse to look at documented evidence?
So obviously, we can turn around and say that Obama was a planned thing to come in and be the president.
Absolutely.
So then all of a sudden and then Clinton was supposed to come in and be president. But Trump came along and all of a sudden they weren't prepared. I don't think they were prepared for him, and they never thought he'd ever win, I guess. I don't know, because I'm not into politics.
I can answer that question for you.
Okay.
They didn't think he was going to win, and guess what? They didn't stuff the ballot box enough. No. They made a mistake.
No. But this time they made sure that...
Now here's something that your viewers have got to understand, and it is part of my education, and I'm going to be doing lots of shows and podcasts. When the news says there's no evidence the ballots have been faked, that's true. Because when it gets into the computer, that's when they manipulate. Do you know they used the computer system, they put 100 votes in for Biden, 100 votes in for Trump. The computer came out saying Biden got more votes because the computers are rigged, because the powers that be do not want to lose their power over us. It really isn't a Republican Democratic issue. It's the individuals who are manipulating.
Hypothetically, say that Trump comes in.
Right.
For the next 4 years.
Right.
Okay. So then he goes out. Okay, so that's 4 years later. We've still got the same problem, but it's 4 years later. So we're still going to run into the same thing of, right? Think about it.
Hold on. Knowledge is power. The American public now knows, no matter what the media says, we know that there has been shenanigans with the election.
But how do you really know? I mean,
because of the affidavits. There are people. Wait till you hear this. Can I drop a bombshell on your show? You can drop anything
you want on my show.
In one of the states, they said everybody go home, and 4 people stayed in the voting area.
Yes.
They forgot the security cameras were on. They caught them pulling boxes out under the table and counting fake votes.
Yeah, that is over the news, so that's not dropping a bomb, because I did see that over the news.
But the reason it's dropping a bomb is it is factual. There was shenanigans in this election, and there have
shenanigans in every election.
There have been.
Maybe not now. So no, what I'm saying is that whether we get the Republicans in or the Democrats in 4 years, Trump will be out. Hypothetically,
right.
And Trump will be out. So then we're going through the same thing. maybe not with the votings, but we're still going into, we're going to have a Republican or a Democratic. We still got the same problem.
Now, many people will look at me and say, Brian, you can't beat City Hall. And they're just a housewife or a husband. What can I do, Brian? You're getting me fired up. What can I do? In my chapter in this book on renaming politicians, I give the people such an incredible tool.
Okay.
I say the next time you write, email, talk to your politician, you call him a public servant. You say, by the way, I'm your boss. You're a public servant. And if they go, oh my gosh, how dare you talk to me in such a demeaning manner? Guess what? That person is working for somebody else. Do not re-elect them. A good-hearted person would say, yes, you are my
That's
boss.
true. Yeah.
You are my boss. So I
I'm
put it in the hands of people, a tool.
So what do you think of California is kind of on a lock, it's really in a big lockdown. I mean, I just don't get it because there's places you can go and they seem to have attacked the restaurants. I think the reason they've attacked the restaurants is because of food, because they're trying to keep everybody in the home. So if they can't go to the restaurants, they're going to eat somewhere. So therefore, they're all going to be in their home, so they're not going to be out. That's hypothetically thinking that, you know, if they're out, because it seems like they're locking down all these restaurants.
That's my home
state. Get it?
That's my home state. They're ruining it. I call him Gavin Nuisance.
Isn't that Pelosi's cousin? No, her nephew. It's her nephew.
They're all intermingled, let me tell you.
I don't know about all that stuff, but you know.
Yeah.
But I know them. I just wondered why that they open up so many other places, and yet they've just got this big thing about the restaurants. Close the restaurants. Close the restaurants. I've been in restaurants that were so far apart that I'm not even close to the person I'm having dinner with.
Right. These people are so mentally psychotic. They have stated openly that they want the population of the earth to be 300 million. That would be killing 6 billion people. These people are evil.
It's funny because they were saying that America, they wanted to be one world. And so
one world government.
One world government and one world people. So I said, well, you know, it doesn't really make any difference because America has so many different nationalities. Right. We've already got all the nationalities in America. I mean, I don't think China has what we have. I don't think a lot of places don't have what America has. America has every nationality in the world in America.
And guess what? The reason they're here is because we have a constitution. If this was China and I was saying all this stuff, you'd say, Brian, nice seeing you. Never going to see you again.
Well, I don't know about that because you'd be talking about the Germans, so I don't know. You got to be careful how you go home today.
No, but really, I'm saying, you know.
If you had something you wanted to say, because we're going to close out the show.
Okay, sure.
If you had something you want to
very important.
You want to say about what is going on now.
One of the things I want to show are these 2 booklets. This is an overall booklet that covers every drug, alcohol, everything you could. This one covers marijuana. This is from the Truth About Drugs campaign.
Okay.
People can go online and get these booklets free.
And how do they go online?
At truthaboutdrugs.org.
Truthaboutdrugs.org.
Right. And they can get these booklets free. These booklets, I want to make it clear, they do not say don't use the drugs. They say
explain the drugs.
This is what they will do.
Do to you, yeah.
And you know, and kids go, this is what it'll do. Forget it.
Education on drugs.
Education is key.
Kids, you do need an education on drugs because everybody says you can smoke not the health marijuana, but the other marijuana. Right. They say it doesn't do anything for you. Won't go into other drugs. Well, unfortunately, when you start one drug, I need something a little stronger.
That's
unfortunately that's what happens. I'm not going to give you a lecture on drugs because I don't do drugs. I've never done drugs. I am partially against them. Health-wise, I'm not against them at all. But
the key thing I want to go back to is if we have a population abusing alcohol and taking drugs and they're like, whatever, man, we are liable for our freedoms and liberties to be taken away because people are so out of it, they aren't even watching what the politicians are doing.
And also keeping them all at home, they're getting bored, they're getting fed up, so they take a little marijuana, a little this, a little that, and so we've got a big problem there too. It's like a mosque gathers, you know.
It's much easier to control a population who is abusing alcohol and taking drugs. That's why we must educate our young people about
And
these
then we
things.
also must all club together and make America, well, I don't want to say great again because I'm using Trump's words, but actually, you know.
It's a pretty good line, actually.
Yeah, I'm not using it because of Trump, I just use it because it is a good line. Keep America as one. Keep it, we have a great country, we're wonderful. Freedom, we have so much freedom. At the moment, we're closing in on the freedom, so we're going to be very, very careful.
Do you know that line he used? It was make America great for everybody.
But yes, it was for everybody.
Everybody gets to have an America
How
that's
can
great.
anybody reach you, Brian? Brian Gardner, how can they reach you?
At planforamerica@theworld.org.
Okay, that's
.com, excuse me, .com. This one is .org.
Okay.
The Plan for America.
So he's doing a wonderful job. He wrote this book a few years ago, and now it's come to fruition as of being quite useful right now.
As an educational tool.
Yeah, as an educational tool of what went on, what's going on. I want to thank all of you for watching Vegas Live with Ninon. Don't forget to subscribe. Go to YouTube, subscribe, Vegas Live with Ninon, and don't forget to watch out. We're going to be on the Win Network pretty soon. We'll be right back. Our next guest. You take care. Take care. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed the last show we just did and all the other shows, don't forget to subscribe. Vegas Live with Ninon on YouTube. We've got plenty more coming up and our guests are amazing. So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.